Hello, you gorgeous fellow travellers through this little short timeline in which we find ourselves. Today I'm going to talk about soulmates. And tell you something that the emissary shared with me about soulmates and about my big mistake with my wife. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So my wife and I, we consider ourselves to be fairly spiritual, and we also consider ourselves to be soulmates. And that is, we're very aware that of the incredible synchronicities that happened for us to get together, and how wonderful it's been since we've been together, and our life has gone on an upward spiral, which is a sign when you're with your soulmate, typically, that things should be going well. Unless you've planned to have a shit time with your soulmate. However, that's just the feeling that we get, that, wow, we were meant to be together. So a while ago, my wife asked me this question. We were lying in bed and she said to me, Gordon, when this life is over, and now, because I'm 20 years older than my wife, so the given is that I'm going to be heading off before she does. However, I'm living till I'm 120, so she'll be 100. So hey, it'll be like that, eh? Anyway, so she said, will you wait for me so that we can have a life together again? All right? Now, what I should have said is, yes, of course, darling, I'll wait for you. Yep. That would, because I don't know. Who am I to be able to second guess that? I don't know. But what I did say, because I'm a Virgo and because I'm a man, I said, well, I'll have to wait and see, because I don't know what the plan is. And I won't know that until I'm at the other side, and then I'll be able to make a decision. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Although I was well within my rights to think that isn't what I should have said. However, anyway, she still talks about that to this day. So I asked the emissaries about the soulmate thing. And I asked them, if you're with your soulmate, does that mean that you're going to spend every life with them? And they said definitively no. They said the thing is that when you get to the other side, instantly you're aware, they've said this before, that what we do get to know on the other side is we don't get to know everything, but we get to know everything about ourselves. And they said instantly then we see and we understand the path that we're on, where we are in our evolution, and what we need to do next to continue that evolution. So it's at that moment that we realize, and they said sometimes it will be, yes, it's appropriate for me to continue on the journey with my soulmate, or no, it's appropriate for me to do something else. They said, with a wry smile, but don't worry about it, because when your soulmate gets to the other side, she will be able to see you exactly in the way, your energetic field or whatever, and understand what you've got to do. And therefore, she'll be completely on board with what you've got to do. She won't be angry. In 3D, yes. But up there in 5D, if that's what we're going to call it, no. Total understanding. So that's a relief, isn't it? Whew. But they added this, though. And they said, understand that even though you may choose to have separate experiences, you will always be together, because you'll always be sharing within your soul group, sharing your successes, your failures, your difficult times, your happy times. You'll always be sharing them and always be advising one another on things. That's the idea of the soul group, that you're always together, even when you're in different lives. And they've said that to me before, that beings can be on completely different lives, in different times and everything, and still they get together and to share, because there's no time on the other side. As the emissary said, time doesn't exist. It's just something that we've created down here. And then they finish by saying, and don't worry, in the journey through which we're traveling, there's plenty of opportunities to get together again. They said this won't be the last time because there are so many lives. You know, I've done in my hypnosis. Quite often, I've asked people how many lives they've lived. You know, and sometimes I've done it with finger movement as well, so that I could get a genuine answer. You know, an unconscious answer, because sometimes people tell you all kinds of weird stuff in hypnosis, and you know, I've had answers of hundreds upon hundreds of lives. You know, one number 364. Somebody said to me, 364 lives. It's a lot of lives. I haven't had that many. When I've asked, I haven't had that many. I can't remember how many I was told that I had. In fact, I might just do it now. I'll do it now and I'll tell you. I'm just going to do a quick finger thing. Okay? I'll be with you. Okay, well that made me laugh. So I started, have I had 100 past lives? No. Have I had, more than 100? Because when you're asking yes or no, you've got to do more than less than, just so you get a ballpark. So anyway, it came down to I've had 33 past lives. That number made me laugh, 33. It's an interesting number, isn't it? However, I've had people who've had loads of past lives. And so, I wonder why. And I've also been told that I've only ever come to Earth. I wonder why that is. I've never gone to other places. I've only ever come to Earth. Some people have been all over the shant, all over the place, but me not. So I don't know. I think they said to me once that it was that my Earth is my focus. Earth is my focus. Whatever reason, obviously. Choose a difficult one, Gordon. Give yourself a break. Have a little bit of have a lightness up there in Xanadu or wherever. Never mind. Okay, so there you are. So if you are in a soulmate, and I would like to know in the comments, do you think that you're in a soulmate relationship? And if so, why? What makes you think that? And have you ever thought you were in a soulmate relationship and then found out that you weren't? Or do you believe that you're in a soulmate relationship, but it's not going well, and it's meant to be that way? To learn some lessons. I'd be very interested to know your take on it. I love you all, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye-bye.